Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you are watching us from. We are live. Our topic today is the way forward for Igbo as Nigeria disappoints again. Yes, Nigeria has disappointed Igbo again. And the target of this video is to know the way forward. Um, Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Are you there? To join us live, you can click on the link we provided. Yeah, I'll soon be with you on that link. There's a link we provided. How many people are online? Please comment. Almighty, good morning, brother. How are you doing? How is it going from your end? You are all welcome. I can see 30 people are tuned into this program already. About 30, 34 now. We're going to start. Okay, hello. Chika Chukwuigwe, good afternoon. I can see people that are online. How are you all doing? Like I said, if you're just joining, you can join us online, but not yet. There's a link to join us online, but not yet. You can join us online, but not yet. The way forward for Igbo as Nigeria disappoints again. You know, prior to this election, some people were telling us, don't participate. It's always been the same. You cannot make a headway. Nigeria will never favor Igbo. Some people will put it like this. They will tell you, Nigeria will happen to you. It's like it has happened to some of us. But it's not yet over. For some, it's not yet over. So what do you think? I can see at Chuku Ferdinand, we are fine. Chuma 3356. Hello, how are you doing? I hope you people can see me very well. Hope you people can see me very well. You can decide to super chat us and support the program, and there is a provision for that. Meanwhile, without wasting time, let's go to what we have today. I have some lines to read before we go. Like we said, the way forward, aftermath of the 2023 presidential election, at which INEC did what we call selection. Yes, Nigerians went to elect, but INEC did selection. They selected who they want. They can contest it with me. I'm ready to contest it with them in any court. And what they did was selection. It wasn't election. Nigerians went to elect, INEC went to select. So, prior to this time, remember, the topic is the way forward for Ndi Igbo. But I need to tell you some stories before we continue. Prior to the election, INEC demanded multi-billions, up to, I think it's about 140 billion naira. INEC made demands for, promising they will, the election will be so great, they will use beavers, and the result will be transmitted real time from polling units. You know what it means to transmit result real time? The moment it's being counted after the election, those people with their due to the beavers stuff, they can easily send to INEC portal, and people will view, people will know the actual result of each polling unit. And each polling unit has number. But that is not what INEC did. Meanwhile, let me even show you where INEC was promising that they will upload results real time. You need to see the video.
On this note, let me seize this opportunity to respond to a story emanating from a section of the media that the Commission has decided to jettison the uploading of polling unit level results in real time on election day. It should please be disregarded as fake news. The Commission will upload polling unit level results, and citizens will have access to those results in real time as we upload to the polling units. This innovation was introduced by the Commission. The Commission cannot turn around and undermine itself. So this technology has come to stay. We'll upload polling unit level results from the polling unit. Citizens will have the right to view these results. After all, who are we serving? The citizens. How can we deprive citizens from access to the results of the process conducted by them at the level of polling units? So I welcome you to the Commission. I want to assure you and reassure you that the 2023 general election is going to be our best ever elections. We are committed, and that the votes cast by Nigerians will determine the outcome of elections. Nothing more, nothing less.
Have you seen that? That was back in November. INEC promised Nigeria with the beavers that the result will be uploaded real time. After counting at the polling unit, the INEC official will transmit to INEC server. But what happened? Nigeria happened to us. Simple. Nigeria happened to us. The beavers machine was working and it's perfect, but human beings choose to behave as usual. Nigeria happened to Nigerians. We are looking at the way forward for Ndi Igbo. Now, let's continue. So Nigerians trusted on INEC on that. Now, with this election, you've known that it's not that the Fulanis are more in number in Nigeria, because we are going to be demystifying a lot of things. They are not more in number, but there is Wuruwuru. The largest ethnic groups in Nigeria are Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo are more in number, even though they have used this idea of divide and rule to scatter us. Igbos are more in number. If you begin to calculate Igbo speakers in Nigeria, we are more in number than any other tribe. But the divide and rule has been their way of dealing with us. I can see a guest. I will welcome guests after I finished looking at introducing our program. We welcome the guests. Please stay on. We'll admit guests sooner. So INEC disappointed Nigeria so much, but a lot of things. Everybody know who won. We know who won. We know who won. You know who won. And this is the reason why IPOB said they are not participating. Yes, IPOB said they are not participating because it's always been so. The Fulanas are not more in number, but the divide and rule. Now let's go further. Lots of people have given up on Nigeria's electoral process prior to this time. Lots of people have given up. But because of the beavers, the promise they gave us with the beavers, people went to dust off their PVCs. Those who does not have PVCs went to apply. Some people were voting for the first time because of the assurance given to them that the system will stop rigging. Nigeria. And a lot of people were ready to vote because they want the ruling party out. Not just the ruling party, the opposition and the ruling party. They want them out. There is the idea too that somebody is coming who are best among them. Yes, best among them. Somebody, a reputable figure, Peter Obi. Then a lot of people went to vote because of that. People were dusting their PVCs. They were getting ready. So many reasons that they were given that assured them that the election will go well. But look at what we got. It was a selection. At the start, Labour Party was not considered a force to reckon with. Meanwhile, the moment other parties realize Nigerians have found a messiah in Peter Obi through Labour Party, though they don't want to tell themselves the truth. When Obi and Dati started, they said it's an internet movement, internet stuff. Some say the followership ends on the internet. It came to a point, the movement grew. It grew. The party they said that has no structure was the party they now fear, despite that they say that the party has no structure. And we believe the party without structure still won them. But there was wuruwuru. The party has no structure. They were calling them, come and merge with us, come and merge with us. Labour Party refused. All the merger talks failed. And something, what helped the Labour Party? There is this spirit of NSAS that caught up with it. NSAS anger. NSAS judgment. So the party rose. Remember our days, the way forward for Ndibo as Nigeria disappoints again. So I'm still trying to give you the letdown before we begin to look at it. The way forward. So Nigeria sought revenge of the NSAS through Labour Party. And another amazing thing was that people from the southeast, this was the area Peter Obi came from, they got themselves involved. There is this voters apathy in the region, and the voting apathy has been caused by because the area is resonating with the Biafran thing. The Biafran agitation is fast gaining control in the area. But to a surprise, this same region now decided to vote. For some, they will say, let's test Nigeria again. And that is what they did. Let's test Nigeria with their beavers for the last time. And they voted. Despite that there is sit-at-home warning, I think the people who ordered the sit-at-home, maybe they soft pedal. They decided to, okay, let's now watch and see. Go and vote, let's see. And somehow, there was no trouble with the sit-at-home thing. And these particular people now voted. Southeast voted en masse. They want to try Nigeria again. And because they trust in Peter Obi. Not just the bottleneck they have in Southeast. If you go to Yoruba land, they were trying to stop Igbos from voting. It started with a collection of PVCs. I'm talking about 2023 elections. It started with stopping them from collecting PVCs. And you saw what happened on the election day, the 25th February. They were stopped. Anyway, what happened was not an election. And I'm so happy the world saw what happened. There were various reports, there were various world bodies, ECOWAS, they were there. Now, the presidential election has come and gone. We are waiting for the gubernatorial election. And what they did on last Saturday was presidential, Senate, and House of Reps. I think the gubernatorial and other election, State House of Assembly, will follow. That will be next 2 coming Saturdays. So, with the support of other Nigerians, many believed Peter Obi would have won if the election is free and fair. But it's obvious that just like INEC chairman promised us that this will be the best election, even with the beavers and the other things, this was the worst election in the history of not just Nigeria, in the history of the world. This is the worst election. It was a selection. As usual, they selected. So sad. We had, it's done anyway, it's done. We had Labour Party will seek redress in courts. We don't know how it will go. We understand that these courts are manipulated by these same people who nullified the election. If the courts in Nigeria really work, Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to have been released. Hope Uzodinma has no business in Imo State. So, I don't know how they intend to achieve it. Meanwhile, I pray it is achievable. But I know that Nigeria, the Nigeria system is problematic. Now, my question now is, what is the way forward for Ndi Igbo? Do we have guests that we invite? I told our guests to wait, that we'll soon invite them. If you're interested in coming on the screen and let's talk about it, there's a link there that you click. We are ready to admit some people to the screen. So, should we keep trusting that things will be right in Nigerian system? Should Igbos keep trusting in the Nigerian system? Should we continue with the Nigerian system, understanding that we may never have a shot at the presidency with what we're seeing? Because we have the numbers. Even while this matter is yet to be resolved, let's assume, let's give them a benefit of doubt. Peter Obi is still going to court to seek redress. But what is the way forward for Ndi Igbo? Now, I am not imposing on anybody. You have the right to make your choice. This is only a question. What we just did was a review of Nigeria's election, and so many of us trusted in. with the beavers and the promises, and being that it was for the first time we're having somebody from our region that has come this far. Because I don't know when we will come this far again. Talking of winning and coming to win. We are where he won. And look at what they did. But I want you to continue to note, please note, Igbos are the most populous tribe in Nigeria. While we are still in Nigeria, because by God's grace, we are seeking freedom and we will have it. Igbos are the most populous tribe in Nigeria. Forget what they tell you, not. Yes, but let me tell you, and I want to also state that Jude, oh no, if you want to talk to me, there's a link earlier. Click on the link so that you come on the screen and let's discuss this. So, should Igbos join Biafra agitation to split because Nigeria is irredeemable and no Igbo man could have the chance of becoming president of the country? Despite what the Igbos have invested, we have invested greatly in this country. We are the people that have, by our attitude, shown we are true Nigerians. But we are always disenfranchised, marginalized in all aspects, in the area of leadership, everything. Meanwhile, we have contributed more to this country than anybody. So what is the way forward in Igbo? This is just a question. I will begin to read comments. If you want to come on the screen, there's a link that I placed earlier. You have to click on that link. Somebody indicated interest and the person has left again. I don't know why. There's a link. Scroll up. You will see a link. If you want to join us on the screen and let's talk about it, click on that link and you will join us. So it's so sad. What is the way forward in Igbo? What is the way forward? Meanwhile, I have not totally lost hope because Nigerians are not happy with the results. And no, people will not keep watching and, oh, let it go as usual. I don't think so. Nigerians are not happy. Tell us what you think. Let me begin to read people's comments. If we have people that are willing to come on screen, we discuss it. If we don't have, we'll be rounding up after we read the comments. And Gabriel said, the worst kind of selection. Sincerely, this is the worst kind of selection. It's a selection and it's the worst among all selections. So sad. Very sad. Very, very bad. And with this attitude, how do you expect people to still go and vote again? You're welcome, Kachi. Can you hear me? Kachi, can you hear me? Kachi?
I can hear you, Mr. Azuka. Can you hear me, right?
Yeah. Please, what contribution do you want to make on this?
Okay, thank you so much for this live broadcast. I hope you can hear me clearly, right?
Very clear, very clear.
Okay, thank you. So I'm calling from Asia. We all have been monitoring the situation in Nigeria and the quest for Igbo situation or Igbo place in Nigeria project and the Biafran project. Anybody who has been following Nigeria politics by now, at least from 1999, should have a lot to say, irrespective of your perspective or your attitude in politics. At least you will have a lot to say. So saying that, based on your question, let me not go far. A way forward for Ndi Igbo, to me, It's very simple. If you continue doing one thing every day, like all of us is aware, we know it, we all went to school. You continue using one particular format or approaching a problem with a wrong instrument, definitely you will never end up. You will never get a destination. You will never, forever eternity, you will continue going circle and circle. Now we have tried everything possible as Igbo to get ourselves into the real politics of Nigeria, and we have been told to our faces every day that we are not part of this project, that we cannot be accepted in this project. Even when we try harder, they split on our faces. Even when we say we ignore, let's try again. We still have patience. We try and try, and they still tell us the same thing every day. I think we need to approach this matter in a different way. Like we all know, IPOB is doing all their possible best, but it's not enough because we don't have the population we need. We don't have the support we need. And like I give an opinion. If Peter Obi can agree with me, let's see the issue on his own perspective. Now he had developed a very solid ground, grassroots people.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy about that. They have done a very great job. We cannot overlook that. We cannot say, oh, I look on that. No. Then we cannot allow it to slide under the platter of we are still going to try again after 4 years or 8 years. To me, it makes us like not full human beings, you know.
Yeah.
So I want to suggest, yeah, that's okay. I want to suggest if we can reach out to Peter Obi, if we can reach out to Peter Obi and let him know we can work together. We and him can work together. We are all in Igbo. We are looking for Igbo, how we can make Igbo explore their potential in that end of the world. Then we can work inside the door, things out with him. I'm not going to say a lot of things on air here, but you know where I'm going to. So IPOB have a grassroots people. He has a grassroots, already developed a grassroots people now, which cut across all ethnic group, not just Igbo group. And everybody has been crying, dying every day. How we can make this country work, or what can happen, how we can do that by division or by trying to let our leaders know we need a change. The youth need a change. Then Peter Obi have captured the eyes of the people. Then we can work along with him to reach out all the ethnic group in Nigeria and be able to work up something, which I'm not sure it's safe enough to be saying some certain things here. So this is what I want to say on this aspect for now, while we proceed, Mr. Zoka. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kashi. Thanks for your contribution. We are looking forward to other people's contribution. Kevin Omunnakwe, is it Omunnakwe Agironsi? He said, time to go home. Hey, that's a lot of people are displeased because there are some Biafran agitators that did say, let me try again once more. I think so. Let me try again once more. And they were disappointed. For us here at Igbo Area TV, we were like, well, whatever is good for Igbo, whether we have visited or not, that has always been our stand. Yeah. We are not a pro-Biafra TV, but we are for whatever will be good for Igbo. Biafra, yes. Even while Igbo remain in Nigeria for the while, there are certain things we can help ourselves do. We can achieve certain things and let it remain dredging of the Niger and the rest of them. There are certain things we hold on to our leaders. We tax our leaders at the state level to work with the state revenue that they get. There are internally generated revenue. They also receive money from federal government's purse. Let me see some other comments. Orum Victor said, where are those idiots who asked us to stop Biafra agitation for Igbo presidency? I don't think anybody asked you to stop Biafra agitation. The only thing is that I know is that some people are saying we are going to vote Peter Obi. You can do your Biafra thing. Nobody is against you continuing with your Biafra agitation. The only thing some people were opposed to was trying to use it at home to disrupt activities, disrupt the election. Nobody's against. Nobody voting for Peter Obi says you must drop your Biafra agitation. Rather, it's the other way around. You told them they mustn't vote. That is it. We have to state things as it is. Now, still, Kelvin Omunnawe said, now some of our brothers and sisters can finally see that they can never like us. All we need is outright freedom from the zoo. If you are a manager of one of the internet platforms, you understand that there is so much hatred in Nigeria, and I don't know how it can be mended. But I want to ask a question. Yes, we can already predict the Nigerian courts. But what if they give it to Peter Obi? We can already predict the courts, and we know who Peter Obi is contending with. Not just a person, but a system. And that is why I've heard from certain elders, they said, Nigeria's problem is a systematic problem that Peter Obi cannot even solve it. What do you think? Add your comment, we will highlight it here.
Yeah. Can I still say something?
Okay, Kachi. Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah. In respect to just the issue you just raised now, I predicted the whole thing. Like some people, when you say something that is not on their own ideological.
Sorry, I can't hear you very well.
Oh, I don't know. Is it okay now?
Yeah. Very nice.
Okay. I understand how fanatic we are or people are, that when you say something against their own ideological understanding, they will oppose you or call you names. Yes, I understand that. But notwithstanding, in respect of P2B issue, before now, a year ago, when the whole PVC issue started, I personally understand the need for Igbo liberation from enslavement by the people or by the Nigerian government and all their colleagues from the Britain and all the stuff. But then is the issue now is, number one first is if P2B wins. Number two first is like what you're saying, the system. What about he became a president today? What's going to happen? Reading a true understanding I have in a political system such as Nigerian system we are practicing, P2B have not absolute power to make changes. And we know in the National Assembly that we have the majority of people from one particular zone, you and I know. And the law is being made or a kind of voting in the House. So P2B alone cannot make much change. And of course, we understand Jonathan when he was there and the pressure he was faced with. And that is why he did a lot of things for the North and nothing happened to the East or West, or I mean the region he came from. And even people that voted him, because we are trying always to please the North, to please the bosses, to please the cabals, those who allow us. It's like we are just trying to take a periphery of the what belongs to us. And because of that, they see us as they are helping us, or they allow us, or they intentionally give us little from the main food. And of course, we have to.
They are begging for.
Exactly. Exactly. So you're begging for what that belongs to you. And if you don't do their will, their bid, they send you off. So let's get it very clear here, Mr. Azoka, that even if P2B wins and get to Asarok, P2B cannot be able to heal the sickness in Nigeria because he doesn't have the absolute power. Changing constitution, somebody might tell me, someone is telling me he can change constitution, this and that. Yes, but how? I remember Ekurema in those days. He said that, do you think you had to mobilize people in the House for them to vote for that thing you want to institute constitution? They had to vote it. And who do we want to mobilize? You have to mobilize the North, the South, and these people have bag of money behind them. Somebody also tell me that new people are coming, they're going to vote in new people. These new people, remember the letter Iyabo wrote to his father, Obasanjo, in his own time. He said, my father is somebody, when you work with him, you will always lick his nyash. Otherwise, nothing happens. Iyabo said also, because we always forget so fast, Iyabo said in her letter to his father, he said that the Nigerian system of government is a place when you come in, you become imbecile like everyone. If you try to raise your head up, they cut your head off. Then they make sure that you are the same level with them, because the majority are in that crook. So now I ask people, how do you intend to change a system that people who build that system are the taproot of the system? You want to cut it with a machete, they have something stronger than machete. You want to cut it with a gun, they have machine guns. So how do you intend to change that? How long can we gonna try this aspect that it's not working? So the best thing for us to use this architecture Peter Obi have built to organize and mobilize the grassroots across ethnic groups and convince them for referendum. And once we accept it, we don't need to wait United Nations. We don't need to wait Nigeria to agree to that. We don't wait the National Assembly to agree to that.
Sorry, before I forget, the issue of referendum, I want us to note, because a lot of people are shouting, demanding, we want referendum. If you check on most cases, it is your country that you want to split out of that actually gives you or conducts that referendum. What the United Nations does is to monitor it. So yes, we should understand this. We should take note of this each time we say referendum. You can't just have it. You see the case of Catalonia, for example. Despite how organized they are and everything, Spain refused to allow that to happen. Most of their leaders, and this is a country that we say they are more organized than, countries that are, should I say, top-notch countries that they do things the right way, not like Africans. Still, they couldn't have that. They couldn't be given that chance. So, right on.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for the highlight, Mr. Azuka. Yes, I understand the issue of Catalonians. I understand the issue of even Scotland. I understand the issue of, I think that should be Florida, when they have a 25,000 signatory. And the United States tell them that their forefathers never give them the guidelines to give them a referendum or give them an independent state. Or they say whatever. Yeah, I understand that. But I tell you one thing that is very clear here. He who wear the shoe understand how painful it is. We have suffered for over 60 years and we have died. Over 5 million people have been killed. No matter whether the figure are correct or not, I'm sure of 3 million or 2 million people killed. And it was close up. The world doesn't know that. Now, all we need now as in the Igbo is ability to convince people they need that we have a separate state, that managing a collapsed building or a depleted building is more costly to us than trying building a new one. We have to plan it. IPOB has stepped forward. IPOB have done a lot. Namdekan have done a lot. All we need to do is to
awareness.
I understand what EPA is doing. Yes, he don't understand the grand root of movement we are in. We are taught very well through Mazen Namdekan over 10 years ago. No, we need to follow up what they are doing. I used to tell our people from US, you got to come close. These people are not fanatic as you think when you are standing outside. They need your support. They need your intellectual support. They need everything. And you need to press hard. When you are convinced of your point, press hard and convince that guy, not just you give up so fast. We too give up so fast. That is, these people are not approachable, all those kind of stuff, So, Mr. Azuka, what I'm trying to say here is referendum, organize a Biafrans across ethnic group in Nigeria will certainly work. Do you know why? What ESN is doing today is done by one man, and that will be multiplied. It will be duplicated to across ethnic groups. And all we need is just our international, diplomacy we are into right now, then get one or two to speak on our behalf and give us what we need. That's all. We know what Nigeria is looking at, but we cannot rush to that because we don't want to make a mistake of Ojukwu. So we want to follow grand root way, convince the world that we are not rebels, number one. convince the world that we are legitimately asking for independence. And at the end of the day, when it's set, convince our Igbo brothers and sisters who they're gonna use against us, they're gonna use to betray us. Then after then we can take the horn by the bull. And it needs money. It needs everybody's contribution. It needs everybody's collective idea. It cannot be done by one man or only IPOB. No, you don't need to be in IPOB to be part of what they're doing. All you need to approach them from your own angle and let them know what you want them to know. It must not be air on air. No. So that's what I'm saying. So let's use P2B grassroots mobilization or mobilize people, utilize them very well to reach messages, this information to across the border, and let them know we can't continue trying, voting and waiting for another 8 years. People will be dying, they'll be killing us, the terrorists will take over the government. You know the calculation, a lot to say, Mr. Azuka. I don't know if I'm taking so much of your time. So
we'll soon have to hear from other people.
Okay,
let me round up. Okay. Are you done?
No, if you, I thought you asked me to say, okay. So the calculation is very clear. We understand we don't have problem with our Yoruba or Fulani. We have problem with British and America. Those people who don't want us to be free. We understand all the statements that are made in time past regarding the letting West Africa to go or letting Igbo people to go. We understand that. We have studied all that stuff. I follow the politics of Mali today. Do you know why the 3 or 4 nations of Mali, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea-Bissau, they are merging as a federation? Because they have made their way out of Western world. And France cannot be able to fight even Mali today because of the great empire they have made, because of their allegiance with Russia, because of their diplomacy move. So that is where we are carpeting everything. But we need to get our people informed. We need them to understand this movement. We need them to know that we are fighting the same cause, but we need to understand each other in this cause so that we can be able to win it as soon as possible. But basically, on Nigeria elections and electing Igbo presidency will never solve the problem. That is my key point. Electing any NJ from Igbo, we have them as governors. You know, we have them as governors. What have they done? Nothing. Let me stop here for now. I'm
okay. Thank you very much, Kashi. Let's hear from Emeka.
Hello. Okay.
Okay, Jesse. What's your contribution?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, I'm Jesse Wadai from Borno State, Maiduguri. I'm a Northerner.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, I'm not an Igbo man, but I see this, so I decided to join it because I'm a supporter of Peter Obi.
Okay.
So
yes, but you're very much welcome.
Thank you very much. So the reason why I joined this actually is to just bring up a suggestion. I'm surprised to see the topic as the title of the whole meeting. So it seems like you guys have given up already.
Not really. Not really.
But
the Nigerian system has failed us several times.
Okay, listen. Just give me time, space to speak.
Jesse, are you there?
Yes, I'm with you. Just give me time to speak, please. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Okay. Continue.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So what I'm saying is that it seems like you people have given up. I have not given up, and I still believe that this guy will be the president of this country. Just watch and see.
Amen.
There are a lot of evidences. There are a lot of things that will prove. I don't have the shadow of that. Mark my word, that Obi will lead this country. So, bringing up this matter now is like you want to divide the focus of the young people now.
You understand? This is not a this is not a conclusion. This is just like a question, and I will never impose on anybody. I am listening to your submission, just like I will listen to others, and go.
Okay. Now,
I will not impose on anybody.
Thank you very much. But if you look at history, war the war that was fight to get the Biafran nation, how does it help? Life just went for nothing. You understand? We should just fight for this same person to get this place, and there is high possibility if he get the position, there is high possibility you guys can gain your freedom. You understand? The fact that I'm in the north, I'm not happy. If they give you a freedom, I'll also be happy with that. You understand me? The country is too big to be managed. So even if it's divided, it's fine. You understand? But now is not the best time to be talking this topic, because it has already shows that you people have given up and you don't believe that yes, this battle will be won.
Okay,
So
just
if you
some
believe,
have given up even
you will
before
not
this time.
Okay.
Some have given up even before this time, and some, they can give you examples of why they will never trust the Nigerian system again. The case of Hope Uzodinma is an example. Hope Uzodinma was imposed on us from 4th position in Imo State. Now, Nnamdi Kanu was freed by the courts. He was still being held. There are many examples that can be cited regards this. So a lot of people are giving up. Some are still believing something will come out of that, just like you. So the program is not aimed at trying to dissuade people or trying to tell them, let's forget about, no. We're looking at the way forward. Is either we'll still believe on fighting on as in Obi's mandate, or we move on. That's what this program is about.
Okay, that's fine. You know, everybody has his own choice. You understand? Nobody can force anybody to do it. As in, it's very difficult for all of us to have the same mindset. You understand me?
Yeah.
But before you start any topic, as in before you start any topic of discussion, you should know that that thing is going to influence a lot of people. It's going to like bring a lot of confusion. Look at Konkoso and Peter Obi now. Initially, they're supposed to form a team to work together, but one of them, pride came in. You understand? Person like Konkoso said Peter Obi is too small to work with, and he decided to go on his own. What does he end up with? He end up with just winning one state. You understand? He could have joined force with this guy, but I'm very sure now he's regretting his decision. Any step we are taking, if you don't calculate it very well, you'll be regretting it at the whole end. Sit down very well, analyze your step, know very sure, count the cost. You understand the cost and the energy, the thing that you need to put in order to gain victory. If you cannot get everything necessary to get that victory, there is no need for you to start that topic. You understand? If I can ask you on your drawing board, what plan did you have? Did you sit down and bring out a strategic plan on how to go about this topic you are talking, or you just pop it out because of what just happened? You understand? We don't do things like that. Work hard. That's my advice for you. You understand? I'm not against what you are doing. Yeah. I'm not against what you are doing. I'm not against what you are doing. It's a very good thing. I'm discouraged as a northerner supporting your brother. You understand? To win this thing, to be seeing you discussing this topic now that you want to just go out, how we can fight and just.
It's nothing like that. Is not the topic. The topic says what is the way forward. The way forward could still be. It depends on how you reckon with the topic. The way forward could still be seek redress in courts. There are many ways forward. It is still the way forward. Some could say, I want to seek redress. We want to seek redress in court. We want to support him. Some could say, I don't have any trust in Nigerian system again. It can't work. So the way forward depends on how you reckon with it. You that is seeing the topic.
So yeah, let me you continue later. Let me just address two issues regarding to my brother's perspective. I really understand your aspect. I really understand your passion and your support on making impact and in terms of bringing somebody who most majority of Nigerians trusted at this point in time, give us a light. But then what I want you to understand here is this strategy we have been trying, like Mr. Azuka mentioned. I don't know if you have detail why number 4 could be number 1 in Imo State, just because a particular group of people are not allowed to do their political will, even within the system. See, I used a word earlier on, he who wore the shoe understand how painful it is. We have been subjugated. We have been internally colonized in every aspect. Tell me the reason. This have never happened just because an Igbo man won an election across the state, and he wouldn't immediately give him that power. We had to struggle. They tell us go to Supreme Court. Let me ask question here to everyone. Which of the courts you want to address this matter with? I'm not giving up, but we have studied. Remember, in academic, you need to get a problem. What is the problem we are looking for? Then you need to get an instrument to solve that problem. If you don't get this, you can never solve it. What instrument to solve this problem here we are talking about in Nigeria at this particular point in time? It has been happening and repeatedly happening against us all the way since 1999. Do you remember that very night when Obasanjo was brought out from prison and ushered a presidency? Ekwueme was the only man. I'm coming. The best candidate at that point in time, Ekwueme. I'm talking about 1999. And from that point to today, it has been happening. And we have been spit out on our face that we cannot be a leader in Nigeria, president in Nigeria. What are you going to try? Why wouldn't I give up on our Nigerian project? Tell me one reason.
Okay, please, let me interject here. Okay. Do you see a change in this recent election? As in, they change compared to what has been happening before? Or there is not. You can see that there is a massive change, as in now even the government fear grieves them. To your surprise, in Lagos, Peter Obi winning in Lagos, destroying the structure that Tinubu have. Tinubu is the Jagaban of Lagos. He owns it. But this time around, people prove them that yes, your structure is nothing. Yes, and even with the rigging, he still won. You understand? And this thing has been creating an awareness now. Let me be sincere with you now that even the politicians now know it very well that the eyes of the youth are open. And we, the youth, we are more intelligent than them. We know more than them. And if we want to fight them, we'll win. So this time around, there is a need for all of us to unite together and work together and be focused to get the first thing first done. You understand me? Now, see how an Okada rider won an election, House of Assembly, somebody that has never campaigned. Senators in Labour Party, 3 senators won, people that have never done anything in campaign. You understand? So this is to tell you how technology is helping us now. How technology is working things out. With time, if we persist, this better country will come. It's not once. You don't get it one day. Nobody get to the top in one day. It's a gradual process. You can't just fly to the top. You understand? It's step by step. So we can see gradually that changes is coming, and anybody that is giving up is a sign that that person is not strong enough. Yes, because it's not to give up. If in fact me, I don't even want to listen to any statement. If I come across anything online that is not encouraging these days, I don't even want to watch it. I only watch things that will add up to my faith. Things that will encourage me, things that will make me to be focused towards the major goal. And the major goal is to see that, yes, this person we voted for is there. So all this thing, that's my stand.
You have exhausted your point. I'm trying to get some question from you. Why should Imo State, only in the state in Nigeria, the Supreme Court impose somebody who came number 4? One, then why should Nigerian appeal court disputed in Nnamdi Kanu should be freed in every country in the world, including it have never done in Nigeria before? Why? Why should he still be held? I'm coming because these things. When you're talking about not confident in the system, I'm not talking about the youth. The youth have done their job. I agree with you. There was a Lekki issue. There was a massacre in all our places every time. It's not all I'm talking about here. We are talking about how do we change this system? Because we have tried several times in the same. There's no approach you're going to mention and we haven't tried before. The new thing here is just because Peter Obi is the only man who supposed by every calculation in terms of intellectual or whatever you can think about, who's supposed to be the president, also won the election by over 10 million votes ahead of other candidates. And he was not given that power. The question I'm asking you, why? Why do he have to struggle? And the people have struggled like him before him, and they haven't given them that thing they need. That every other ethnic group in Nigeria are being given without even asking for. About that, I use the same word again. He who word is true. What does that happen try to understand our own perspective. Don't just condemn. Asuka did not do anything wrong by throwing a question open. So it's everybody to say their mind, okay? Nobody
Okay.
discouraging you.
Can I
I'm
answer
supporting
you?
you. I'm coming.
Okay, please
I'm
let's
supporting
listen
you.
to the to a new come on the screen. Okay, can we hear you, please? I can't see the name. Hello, bro. Can we hear from you? DJ. Okay, DJ. Can we hear you, Mr. DJ?
PJ.
Hello, DJ. Can you hear us? Is he having a network challenge? DJ, can
Please
you
let
hear
me answer
us?
this.
Okay, round up while we wait for him to connect.
Okay, let me answer this guy's question. Now, you are talking of why is this one not happening? Why is that was then? That was then, and is we know that even now the corruption is still in the system, but it will surely be pushed out. As I told you, is a gradual step, and we need somebody in the top, somebody that can do the right thing to make things right. But if you don't get the right person there, nothing good will happen. And your fighting that you are talking about, it is not going to be easy. Yeah. Even if you want to start it, it's still the process you follow. You can't get it one day. So now you are talking of this thing. Look at Peter Obi. Peter Obi won the election as the governor of Anambra State. He was denied. You understand? He went to court and they gave him. He was
That was
impeached.
then.
He went.
That was
To
then.
court. Even now, it can still happen. Even then,
No,
is it not the
no.
corruption that was a victim?
No, there's no system now. It has changed. A lot of things have changed, brother. I think we are studying together what is going on in Nigeria. That was then, like you used a word before, that was then. Yes, I agree with you. Try to also agree with you on some certain point. Now, the youth have risen. I understand. They remember youth risen last year on Lekki issue. They were all shut down. Remember, the only solution I can provide here, one of the solution, not only one of the solution I can provide here is in any country who want a change, when the system refuse them, when the system draw a red line that you cannot cross, when the system are in form of anarchy, when the system has done everything humanly possible and the system refuses you, it's revolution. How? There are many kinds of revolution we're gonna do here. If all Abuja indigenes, everyone's close to Abuja, we march to the National Assembly and sustain march over in their front for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, then they will ask questions, what do we do? There's something will happen. It's not all about INEC. If the point gone on you as INEC boss, you do whatever is their bid. It's not all about army chief. Army chief is doing what he's been commanded to do, like you rightly said, that his president can make a change. Yes, but in Nigerian system of government, not all about president. It's all about the cabal who surrounded Asoro, who want their bid to be done. Either you do it or they take it off. You get the point. So try to understand this system.
Can we hear from DJ, please? Can we hear from DJ? DJ. Hello, DJ. DJ, are you there? Can you hear us?
PJ.
DJ.
How are you? How are you?
We are fine. Your voice need to be a little bit more audible.
Okay, can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better?
Please tune it up small. Volume up.
Okay.
Hello?
Can you hear me better now?
Okay. Let's go with this. Yeah, let's try.
Okay. Thank you so much for the great work you're doing. You have been amazing. And I've been listening to what those that have made comments made, especially that of JC. Well, everybody is talking about don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. You cannot give up hope on the hopeless. Anybody who is thinking that the result of this election will be turned and Peter Obi Labour Party would now be installed president, that person is delusional, because that's not going to happen. When the INEC chairman promised that
transmission would be on real time from the polls. That was the plan, but there was a plan B. From my own understanding and point of view, no one ever gave Labour Party the opportunity or chance to become formidable as at the time that was promised. But somehow Labour Party gained strength and become a formidable force, and we're winning the polls. And then things has to change in order for them not to emerge as winners. All of a sudden, the beavers stopped working and all of that. And now people are talking about going to the court. What court? Which court? We know all that there is about the court system in Nigeria. Okay. And you cannot defeat a man in his own court, you know. So it's not something that is going to work. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that it's always the same story. Vote and vote and vote and vote, and people has voted. And what is the end of it now? And we talk about the diversity of Nigeria. Coming to talk of that, look at it's only in Nigeria you talk about diversity and all of that. Diversity keeps us one. The Soviet Union had a diversity. Where is that diversity today? Where is the Yugoslavian diversity today? And it's only so annoyingly, it's only in Nigeria that you hear about one Nigeria, one Nigeria. You never hear about one United States. You never hear about one united Britain. You never hear about one united France. One France. It's only in Nigeria you hear one Nigeria, even in Africa. So that is an indication that the country is not one. Nigeria has never worked and would never work. And my input to that.
Having a network challenge.
Okay. Can you still hear me? 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 Hello, Azuka. Can you hear me now? I can't hear you and I can't find you, Azuka Oje.
Sorry, it was a network problem. It was a network problem.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Sorry, we had network issues.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but make it a bit audible, more audible. Not very clear.
Okay, just a second. Let me do
Nigeria
some.
is happening to me. The problem with Nigeria is with the system as well. Everything, the network. Hey, I had to switch to another network. Still, it didn't work.
Mm.
Please bear with us. Network problem. Are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please, you can continue, please.
Can you hear me much better now?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so I was saying, like, everyone is talking about the all hope is not lost. You don't hope on the hopeless because the situation in the country is something that, in fact, there is nothing to hope on. What are you hoping on?
Hello?
It's high
We can't
time.
hear. Yeah,
uh,
please.
It's high time that the Igbos should come together and start thinking with reason. Because anybody who is thinking that all is not lost, that Peter Obi would this election will be overturned in favor of Peter Obi, that person is not thinking right. Because this has been planned before time. And anyone thinking that an Igbo man will govern Nigeria, that person is delusional. It is not possible because we all know what is going on. The agitation that is taking place in the Southeast is not for nothing. People has had enough. And the system is the problem in Nigeria. There is no country in the world where you have the system that are being practiced, that are being set in Nigeria taking place. For example, the North has the feudalist system. The Southwest, these are the major, zones. The Southwest has the monarchic system. The Southeast has the republican system. There is no country in the world where you have this kind of three system form a nation. It never works. So, and this is the problem of Nigeria. The only time Nigeria were close to working was during the days of your Awolowo Southwest, Michael Okpara in the Southeast, and Amadu Bello in the North. At that point in time, we had regions, and each region had their own, autonomy, and everything was working. In fact, at the time, Michael Okpara had the fastest growing economy in the whole world. Awolowo was doing wonders in the Southwest, and so Amadu Bello in the North. And that was the only attempt, and it was truncated. Why? Because of the vested interest. Vested interest from the West and the rest of them. So you having this very amazing diversity that we have, that has never worked in any nation, will make it impossible system to work in Nigeria. So it's high time the Igbos come together and start seeing the obvious things that are staring them in the face, and you can never win an election in Nigeria with a PVC. It's not possible. So that's my input for now. Let me allow other people to make their own input. I probably would
Thank
come
you
back
very
again.
much,
Thank you,
PJ.
Azuka.
I was calling you DJ. I realized your name is PJ. Thanks for your contribution. I think we will be done. Um, let me just read some few comments and we'll be done. Uche said, sure, we can hear. Okay. He said, the day we realize that nobody is a Nigerian, the better for us. We are different people with different ideologies and different value system. Of course, we are very different people, but somehow we are merged even against our interests. And we were promised the beaver system and new electoral laws will fix things this time around. And we turned out en masse to vote, hoping things are well. And look at what happened. This is what we call broad daylight robbery. And sincerely, I don't so much trust in the courts. This has happened several times, not just on the 2 cases I cited. We've seen it repeatedly. So I don't really know, but I had to put up this program, not because I want to impose on anybody, not because I've lost hope. I wanted people to contribute and say what they think. Because certainly Obi will head for court, but what will happen next? How is Obi going to get it back? Because every Nigerian knows who won this election. Meanwhile, viewers, thank you for your contributions. I never thought this program would last more than an hour. It's 1 hour, 11 minutes already. See you next time. I am Azuka Uzo Oje. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more updates. Please share widely. Ona, bye-bye for now.